All right, let me look at Warrior before I log off for the night and go to bed. So this is for my brother Fyrus. If he's watching, shout outs, buddy. All right, the Warrior tree is completely shuffled around. Whatever, it's great. So Berserker Rage now baseline again. Great. Blood and Thunder is no longer available to Fury. Okay. But still arms and prot. Okay. Defensive Stance is now a free talent for all warriors. Good. Furious Blows, which gives you auto attack speed, is removed. Interesting. Sonic Boom, which made Shockwave more powerful, and crit all the time, is gone. Probably okay. Titanic Throw, gone. As a pull tool for warriors, that's kind of sad, actually, for Prot Warrior in particular. I think Titanic Throw was good for like pulling around the corner and throwing at the tides, for example. So yeah, kind of sad. Barbaric Training for arms no longer increases rage cost, damage bonus reduced to 20%, and now increases critical strike damage by 10%. It's probably a good balancing tool. Not impacting the rage economy is probably good. And Barbaric Training now affects Thunderclap for Mountain Thane hero specialization, so obviously you'd have to pick Mountain Thane for that to happen. Crackling Thunder also, let's see, reduces movement speed, increased radius, and now increases damage by 10%. It's a good buff to that talent. Champion Spear, which is the old Spear of Bastion, generates a little less rage. Probably okay. Endurance Training is now 2 points, but gives you 10% stamina. We'll see. And then Frothing Berserker basically have a chance to reduce rage. It's now down to 10% from 20%. Probably okay. And then cut in half for Prot. So probably sounds like they're trying to slow down their rage economy because they were always flooded with resources. It sounds like they were. I haven't played Fury or Warrior since Season 2, and even in Season 2, I was kind of flooded with rage to where I couldn't spend it fast enough, and it felt kind of bad. And a lot of it had to do with these rage refund mechanics. So the fact that they're reducing the impact of those is probably okay. It'll feel bad a little bit early on as we readjust our scaling, stat scaling, but once you start getting that haste back up and things like that, I think it's going to be fine. Reinforced Plates reducing armor down to 10% from 20%. It's probably all right. Not a big deal. You're still going to take it because you get strength based off of your armor, so fine. Seismic Reverberation now affects Thunderclap for Mountain Thane hero specializations. Cool. So you basically get just double hits, so you Thunderclap and do it again. Shockwave no longer generating rage. It's probably all right because it's now much more accessible in the tree. So it's just dealing damage and stunning. That's fine. Storm of Destruction is a PvP talent, so I don't care. Thunderous Roar no longer generating rage. Probably okay. So yeah, it sounds like they're really trying to balance rage generation, but then are also adjusting rage costs as a result. So Thunderclap, rage cost reduced from 30 to 20. That's good. Thunderous Words now increases all bleeding damage by 30%, while only Thunderous Roar's bleed is active. As previous, what? Increases all bleeding damage by 30% versus 15. Oh, so basically it makes your bleeds more powerful while Thunderous Roar's bleed is active, but outside of that, like Deep Wounds and Rend and stuff like that are going to be less impactful. That's probably an okay rebalancing. Warlord's Torment is no longer proccing off Colossus Smash, but gets a 2-second longer duration. I don't know about that. And then Warwood's getting a rage cost reduction. So overall, I think... where did they move Shockwave in the tree? Let's find out. It's still the way the... Oh, wait. No. Shockwave is right here now. Very, very accessible. I actually like some of the changes they made here, too, on this tree, just glancing at it. That's, I think it's pretty good, actually. All right, let's look at Arms. So Arms gets a couple of new talents. Finishing Blows. Overpower generates 8 rage when used on enemies below 35% health. Hey, guess what they're doing with Arms? They're making it the best execute in the game again. Fantastic. Replacing Improved Slam. Probably all right. Ravagers now in the class tree. Sounds like it's in the spec tree. Sorry, this is spec tree. Now a choice node with Bladestorm, so you can grab Bladestorm or Ravager. Okay. So basically, whatever does more damage is what you're gonna get it with. That's probably the choice there. Move talent. So collateral damage, basically which made your Whirlwind do more damage based on sweeping strikes windows. Replace the strength of arms in the choice node with improved sweeping strike. That's probably okay. So now it's making like your sweeping strikes. Do you get longer sweeping strikes, or do you get the post sweeping strikes power generation? I kind of like that. And then strength of arms being an overpowered choice node with Dreadnought being an overpowered choice node. Interesting choice. I don't know if I like this or not, but I think it's fine, honestly. Reaping Swings, cooldown of cleave reduced by 3 seconds removed. Tide of Blood was removed. The effect is baked into Skull Splitter. Good. I think that's good. And then pathing changed at the bottom of the arms tree. We'll look at that in a little bit. Class talent tuning. Anger Banishment now affects Ravager as well as Bladestorm and Colossus Smash. Good. Battlelord no longer generates Rage. Okay. Yeah, because it's now with finishing blows, so that makes sense. Dance of Death now applies to Ravager as well as Blade. That just makes sense. Deft Experience, which means you got increased mastery and increased tactician trigger. Just got slight tweaks. Small nerf, no big deal. Dreadnought no longer grants overpower second charge. That was improved to improved overpower. And improved overpower now gets the second charge with, yeah. So, I mean, depending on the locations, I don't remember off the top of my head, we're fine. Inverkill now matches the duration of Colossus Smash Warbreaker. Great. That is, like, wonderful. Hurricane, which basically while you were Bladestorming, you gain movement speed and strength. Now affecting Ravager. That's good. Merciless Bone Grinder working with Ravager is fine. Rend got a cost reduction. Again, they're trying to reduce the amount of rage that you generate, so they have to reduce the amount of rage that you're spending to keep the balance. Skull Splitter now causes Rend and Deep Wounds to bleed out 100% faster for 10 seconds, which is the baseline of Tide for Blood. That's good. I don't know how much Skull Splitter is going to find its way into the rotation. Probably be good early on because of the rage generation. But maybe as you get into later stat scaling, it won't be as much. Storm of Swords reworked to grant a 30% chance to make your next Whirlwind cost no rage. I actually like that a lot more, actually. Because, again, they're adjusting the rage economy of the spec, it sounds like. So, obviously, you'll need some sort of proc, probably an audio cue if you can get it. Let you know you got that free Whirlwind, because it's always going to be useful to take, especially in AoE. Strength of Arms now just does critical strike chance and critical strike damage to enemies below 35% health. Because that effect moved. Tactician was reduced because, again, they're adjusting the rage economy. So you have to make this reduced. Makes sense. It's a balancing act. Unhinged cast 1 Mortal Strike during Ravager, 2 during Bladestorm. Technically it already did this, but Arms didn't have access to Ravager. Fair. Okay. And then Valor and Victory was increased to 2% versatility, up from 1%. Good change. Overall, it sounds like definitely they're doing what they can to adjust the rage economy of Warrior of Arms. They didn't do anything to affect gameplay, which is, I think, the biggest problem with Arms right now, is it's basically been playing the same for as long as I've been alive, and I've been on this earth 36 years. Like, I know the game isn't that old, but whatever. Like, that's the big problem with Arms now. So, like, a few quality of life changes. Ravager instead of Bladestorm is a potential nice little change, but for the most part, it doesn't really change the problems that I have with Arms Warrior. Like, you just kind of get it. Like, whatever. Alright, Fury. New talent. Powerful Enrage. Enrage increases the damage of your abilities deal by an additional 15%, and in duration increased by 1 second. It's now a choice node with improved Enrage, which gives you haste and movement speed. You're probably going to take Powerful Enrage almost all the time because, like, it just makes your haste scaling a lot better. So probably okay to take Powerful Enrage. Bladestorm now in the talent tree. We knew this was coming because of Mountain Thane, so I'm not surprised by that. Let's see, where is it at? Shares a choice node with Ravager over here. Bladestorm being part of, I think it's Slayer tree, going to make Bladestorm build mandatory. With Mountain Thane, maybe not so much. So cool. Move talents: improved Raging Balloon, Cruelty swap places. Sure. Meat Cleaver, improved Whirlwind, and Wrath of Fury shuffled around on the row over there. That's fine. Odin's Fury and the Dancing Blade Satanic Node move to the left branch besides Deft Experience, so it's over here versus being here. That's probably okay. Anger Management of Reckless Choice, Abandoned Choice Node, and Unbridled Ferocity, Depths of Insanity move left of center. So they just took it and they moved this over here and then shifted this over. That's fine. Not a big deal. Annihilator gone. Thank you. I hate Annihilator. Frenzied Flurry gone. So they basically... Did they just basically take out Single-Minded Fury and shot it with a gun? Please say they did. Good. Screw SMF. Raging Armaments gone with Raging Below gaining an extra charge. That's probably sad. Storm of Swords being gone for Fury's probably okay. In fact, I know it's okay. I'm pretty okay with that. Anger Management now affecting Bladestorm makes sense. Deft Experience now increases Bloodthirst's chance to trigger Enrage by 2-4%. Previously reduced the cooldown of Bloodthirst. I kind of like that, actually. Good change. Improved Enrage is now named to Frenzied Enrage. Makes sense. Single-Minded Fury now increases auto attack damage with one-handed weapons by 30%, and auto attack crits have a 50% chance to Enrage, in addition to its previous effects. So they didn't kill Single-Minded Fury. Fuck. They just baked it into the talent. Fuck. Storm of Steel now flex Bladestorm, sure. But bonus to rage generation reduced to +10 versus +20. That's probably okay. Tenderize no longer increases in rage duration. Probably because you're able to get it through Powerful Enrage. And Wrath and Fury tooltip clarified to increase Raging Blow's chance to reset by an additional 10%. So no functional change. And then Rend just got a rage cost reduction for prod. So overall for Arms of Fury, they didn't do anything to actually fundamentally alter the gameplay style. The hero talents are going to kind of play in a little bit of that, which is, I think, okay. I think they're being soft with the changes right now. But I don't think they went far enough with Warrior here. I think they needed to do more with Warrior in order to make it feel functionally better. I mean, I don't know if there's going to be anything in the talent tree. Let me just start with Arms, and we'll do Slayer, because Slayer is badass. Single target, you're going to definitely take that. We're just going to do Slayer, because I think Slayer is the best tree. So kind of looking at it now, like, really interesting, like, potential choices here. Like, in single target, like, you're probably, like, I don't know, like, you're probably, what, you taking War Machine just because of the rage generation. You're definitely grabbing that. Impending Victory is still good. Heroic Leap is still good. Stormbolt and Rage you can probably skip, but you need something to get to Thunderclap, so you take Leeching Strikes.
Looks like you're on YouTube watching a musician that can do it.
Intimidating Shouts near Coffinish Roar, so you can skip that. Frothing Berserker's good. Bounding Stride you probably don't need. Pain and Gain for sure. Definitely grab this. See, in pure single targets, you probably don't need Blood and Thunder, like just like you don't need Shockwave, but you grab Rally, you grab Spell Reflection, grabbed Honed Reflexes. I think you grab Crushing Force for pure single target. You probably grab our Sidearm still. Double Time just so that you can get the two-handed weapon specialization. Reinforced Plates for sure. I wonder if you actually take Overwhelming Rage because you need the points there. But I almost wonder if you can grab Bitter Immunity now. And then you need one more point somewhere, so you grab what, like Seismic Reverberation for raid, like maybe you grab Intervene, maybe you grab Second Wind. Definitely grab weapon specialization.
YouTube Premium is ad-free YouTube and the YouTube Music app all together.
And grab Blade Master's Torment. And then the question becomes is I think you grab Armor to the Teeth. So we have 4 points left to spend.
YouTube Premium.
Cruel Strikes. I think this is going to be a damage tuning thing. Which one do you grab? And then the subsequent talents. You're probably grabbing like Spear into Champion's Might, or you grab Thunderous Roar into probably Uproar. I think that's probably your single target play. And then in AoE, you probably grab Spear into Piercing Challenge. And you could even potentially even skip these 2 points and grab Endurance Training. Or if you're doing well with Haste, you can skip Wild Strikes and grab Endurance Training to get down this. But I think this is kind of your single target build. And then in AoE, you grab... You probably skip out on Bitter Immunity. Potentially skip out on Sidearms. So that's, what, 2 point save to grab Blood and Thunder and Stormbolt. Yeah, you need that, unfortunately. Like, there's some talent points that you can play with there to grab things like Shockwave, which I think are going to be very big for Mythic Plus. And then here, single target, you definitely grabbing all of these to start. Grab Blood Surge. So I think for Raid, you grab Fueled by Violence because you just get that trickling effect. You absolutely grab Sudden Death if you're playing Slayer particularly. You grab Impale, you grab Colossus Smash, you grab Tactician. You grab Rend. You grab probably just, this is just going to be what, whatever works, but probably going to still be Anger Management. Exhilarating Blows is going to be good. Skip all this for single target and grab Massacre. You're going to grab Blunt Instruments and probably like Test of Might. Or you're grabbing for the kill, whichever one's better in single target. And you probably grab Strength of Arms. Either grab Strength of Arms. Let's see, you need 2 more points. So you probably grab Bloodborne at that point. And then you grab Valor and Victory. But then you definitely grab all of this. Probably go something along those lines, and then for your last point, you just throw it kind of wherever you think you're going to need it. You can grab Finishing Blows to keep the rage generation going up. You can grab Ignore Pain if you feel like you need the defensive. You grab Improved Overpower, potentially, just to keep the flow of your Mortal Strike buffing going. Like, this is probably your single target build, and then for AoE, you just... Whoops. You just switch out for Bladestorm or Ravager, whichever's tuned to be better. And then you probably grab...
And the YouTube Music app all together. One subscription, 2 apps. Try 1 month free.
Probably just grab Hurricane, right? That's probably what you do. And then you can probably pull something out of here. So you come out of here so you can grab like collateral damage into Storm of Swords. Like, I think that's probably just the changes you make for AoE. So. And then for Fury, keeping with the Slayer theme because Slayer kicks ass. For Raid, So you can grab the armor, which means you can come down here and grab armor to the teeth. Honestly, you might want to come grab Berserker Shout. Well, you definitely grab Sidearm. But like here, you got some interesting choices as Fury because like you can come up and grab Second Wind if you want. You need 3 points. So you just grab Crushing Force. I don't know if you're going to use Slam or not. Like this. Or do you go like Second Wind into Intervene into Bitter Immunity? And then you grab Dual Wield Specialization. Wild Strikes versus Endurance Training, you just kind of grab whichever one you're gonna need. And then probably just grab Berserker's Torment. And then this, again, it's just going to be a matter of which one do you need more. I think you grab Armor to the Teeth no matter what, and you grab Cruel Strikes no matter what, and then it's just a tuning thing. So again, Thunderous Roar into Uproar, or Champion Spear into Champion's Might, I think is what you're going to want to see there. And for AoE, you're probably trading out a point in Intervene to grab Stormbolt. Potentially switching out like Second Wind into Intimidating Shout, which gives you more CC options. Potentially grabbing Rumbling Earth as well, so you can pull a point out of like Bounding Stride. Pull a point out of Sidearm. Potentially. So, and then for AoE, I think early on you probably take Frenzied, and then once you start getting some haste scaling going, you switch to Powerful. I think that's the play that you make. And then this is going to kind of entirely depend on tuning, but Warpaint's still probably going to be the best. Fresh Meat will be good in AoE. Probably good in single target too, because you're always getting a chance to do Enrage, whereas here you just get a damage boost. Grab Sudden Death for sure. Cruelty probably not going to be a thing. But you get Improved Raging Blow because it's just going to help you grab Ashen Juggernaut in single target. Of course, you grab Rampage. You grab Focus and Chaos, which is going to be very, very good. And it's going to kind of determine, like, if crit is a big thing for Warrior, then we're looking at that for sure. And then like this is interesting because you can grab like on single target Frenzy is going to be good into Recklessness. Or like if Cold Steel Hot Blood is good, then you grab that, and then you're going to go into like a bleed build. But if not, you can grab like Vicious Contempt into Ashen Juggernaut. If the Raging Blow build is go, you probably grab that. And a Massacre. Let's see, we need 3 points still. So I almost wonder if you'd grab like Hack and Slash, Slaughtering Strikes into a Wrath and Fury versus something like Blood Craze. But then you miss Deft Experience. Is that something that you want to do? Obviously, grab Swift Strikes. Onslaught's going to be a tuning thing. Anger Management into Depths of Insanity, probably. I got 6 points left to spend. Like, do you come over here and grab? Like, you have Blade Storm here, so you can grab that into Hurricane. So that gives you 2 points to spend somewhere. So that's for something like maybe an Onslaught there. You grab Unbridled Ferocity into Blood Craze. Or do you come get Improved Bloodthirst? Did you grab Invigorating Fury? Like, there's options here. Or you go grab Cruelty. like just a flat damage boost. And then for AoE, I think you still grab this for now until you figure out your scaling. Like, this changes if you hit a different target, so it's no longer useful. So Slaughtering Strikes could be good. Into Massacre. You could potentially get Meat Cleaver to go big on that front. I say we grab it. We grab Wrath and Fury. We need 2 more points. It's probably just going to be Vicious Contempt. Again, we go here. Like, I honestly believe this probably is going to be your best bet. And then you have like a point to throw somewhere. Like Cold Steel Hot Blood if it's valuable. Like, that's kind of what you're looking at potentially for Fury. Like, I don't know the tree that well. Like, a lot of it's going to depend on tuning and tier bonuses and stuff like that. So, we'll see. I don't think they did enough with Arms and Fury to kind of change up their playstyles in ways that are meaningful enough to make players excited again. Some things they did with Intimidating Shout and Shockwave now being much more accessible, Berserker Rage being back in the mix as a fear breaker on certain bosses is going to be really nice. But I think they didn't go far enough, and I think they needed to go further with Warrior in order to make it happen. But at least initially, I think they have they're rebuilding like a decent foundation. Now they just need to be a little bit more bold with Warriors. So but yeah, that's kind of what I feel like for Warrior. Like, definitely room to grow, but I think there's room still to do more. And I hope that they will look into doing that. So